What's up, YouTube? So today's video is going to be a little bit different. It is just straight on top of the dome, accepting etheric downloads. I'm just chilling in my apartment complex courtyard, just finished some dinner, and I'm here with my girlfriend, and I'm just going to have a one-on-one conversation. Now, she's a very divine being, and she does not love being on camera, so she's behind the scenes, and she's going to be talking, conducting this form of questioning with me, because recently I posted a video and on TikTok, and it seems that when it comes to TikTok, I have more of an audience that backs me up. Like we are all part of the same collective consciousness. Like we are all on the same frequency. We all tend to agree, like 99.9% of the time. And don't get me wrong, there are trolls. Like I don't really mind trolls. That's what makes the content good. Like the trolls can say whatever they want, and then you have the people who are stuck in cognitive dissonance when it comes to topics along the lines of religion. Like when I post the same content on Facebook, you have a certain group of people that are just like, I'm getting death threats, like people like call me names because they cannot accept the fact that religion is possibly a fairy tale. And I'm a spiritual person. Like I don't really follow religion. I see the beauty in all religions, but if you look at the history of most religions, it's a tale that's just been passed down. Like prime example, like I can have a conversation with my mom. She called me yesterday. I can't recall what she said 2 hours ago or yet a day ago. So you mean to tell me that people translating these religions from different languages can interpret something and change it centuries later? It's like a game of telephone. Like it's the original message will get distorted, or just like it'll change.
I remember how you said that they'll change it to best suit their own needs. Now everyone has their own agenda, right? So when you're coming across people who have all their different opinions on heaven and hell, and they're going off of the things that they've been taught, the things that they've been guided on, at the end of the day, why do you think people are so upset with what you believe? Because it's no different than what they believe too, right?
Yeah, I mean, we're all entitled, like, it's like an asshole. Everyone has one, we're all entitled to our own opinions. But I'm not the one where, like, religion is like a dick. You can't just force it down somebody's throat. There's consequences to that. It's got to have some form of consent. So I'm not going out just preaching what I believe, as opposed to when I have like very hardcore Bible thumpers that just come up to me and was like, you're going to hell for doing such and such. Like, oh, I stole a shirt in like the 4th grade, so I'm going to hell for that. Oh, the babies who like don't accept Jesus are going to hell, and same with the Jews. Like,
but what about if you don't know better, you can't do better? So the people that are getting so frustrated with you and the messages you're putting out, because you're making people realize, you are awakening people. If they don't know better, though, they can't do better. So do you feel like those people are so frustrated because they are stuck in their own old ways that they are not just simply ready for change? Because we are a creature of habit, and routine is essential to everyone. So to tell and say that what they thought and have been taught is not accurate,
right? I mean,
how do you feel what you are saying is
right?
Right.
So me personally, my personal experience, when I think being in the fire department has allowed me to truly have a spiritual awakening in a different way. Like I'm constantly around near-death experiences. I'm constantly around people who like been to the other side and came back, and a lot of them kind of describe the same thing, like how death is a peaceful, pure bliss feeling, like a one that you want. The one woman that really sticks out to me, like in like HIPAA, I can't really say why she went, but we did get her back. I was cleaning off the stretcher, and I remember it like it was yesterday, because I was cleaning off the stretcher, and I remember like the nurses was like, yeah, she came back. And I was like, oh, I would love to talk to her. So I go into the room and she just has this like blank stare. Like she just been through it. Like she went through some type of psychedelic experience. Like she was like, I was like, I had to get some stuff because we were doing CPR and I left some equipment in the room. So I went back and got it. And I was like, she was just not moving. I was like, so, what did you see? She like continued to stare like blankly, and she was just like, I'm mad that you guys brought me back because I was at peace. Like the pure bliss feeling she was feeling was something that you cannot describe in words. It's just something that you had to be a part of and experience it yourself. She was feeling all the emotions that were part of the body, like all the emotions, all these like shameful emotions, all of that is part of the body. Like you are a spiritual being that is
that trauma, right?
Yeah.
That most painful experience, the trauma of going in between that. You know, it's the most painful experience you'll ever go through because it's at the point where you're at the verge. Is it time for me to stay or is it time for me to go? The connection between the body and the soul has been severed. And
Correct.
trying to keep that connection, you know, if she felt at peace and relaxed.
I think, I don't think, I just know, like, I mean, if you look into Dolores Cannon, she talks about the journey of souls, like how we all have a soul contract, we all pick our parents, we all pick the traumas that come into this life because we have unresolved issues in our last life. We all keep coming back. That's not the goal here. This earth is a, like, learning factory. We are only here having a temporary human experience. And when you learn what you're supposed to learn, you ascend and you become closer to the source. Whether you want to become a spiritual guide or not, but us humans coming back here, you may have some past life connections or whatnot, but like kids, and I know we love our kids to death, but kids are a form of like karma or trauma that keeps you coming back. Like think about it, like isn't it crazy? Like we are all reincarnated and we have some form of lineage that's still alive from our past incarnations, and they are part of your soul family. They are here, they're who knows, like, and it doesn't matter, like, because the soul, like, you'll feel it because the soul doesn't have a gender nor it has a race. Like your soul family could be a black one, you could be a black male, and then you could have a Asian person that's a peasant in China, but it is part of your soul family, it's part of your soul tribe. So I just think that when it comes to religion, like a lot of religions like don't accept the concept of reincarnation. They beat you in the head with, oh, if you don't do this a certain way, you don't live your life a certain way, you're going to be bound to eternal hellfire. Like, you know, like that's ludicrous. When you look at the interpretations of, like, the Bible is all allegorical, like I was trying to allude earlier in this video. It's all up for interpretation. So there are things that Jesus translated, like there's a place in Jerusalem, and I can't think of the name honestly right now. I had a little bit too much to drink. I think it's Gehenna, or where it's literally a place where they go and burn trash and they do child sacrifice as well. But this place it got translated to hell. And you know, that's just one of the many things. Like Sheol is the underworld. And speaking of the underworld, there are many every religion, every mythology has their form of the underworld. Hades, hell, like Hades was the Greek underworld, and you know, that's where souls were. They weren't sent there to like suffer. That was the abode of souls in general. So throughout the years, like Christianity in particular, like it's like you see your hardcore Bible thumpers, they use hell as a way of controlling you to live a certain way with your life. And this is why, like, I'm glad for my experience being in the fire department, because I feel like it's really truly got me towards source, you know, like where I'm able to see, like, yes, people have near-death experiences and they kind of describe the same thing. I see tons of literature in regards to reincarnation and stuff like Dolores Cannon. It solidifies like all the questions that I believe that I never got to like experience or got the answers to while in church. Like reading the different stuff, when you look at outside religion and you have like an outside perspective, you kind of see that they're all telling the same thing but in different ways. And there's like people who like are like, oh, I'm unfollowing you because of the cognitive dissonance. Like my purpose here is just to wake up the collective consciousness. I know my purpose on this particular incarnation. I'm here to share these messages with you all in regards to ascension. So as far as my knowledge dump, I don't really think I have too much more to say, but I hope you all enjoyed this particular type of content. I know it's a lot different. It's just me out here in my apartment complex just drinking, and I'm sure everybody in this whole courtyard probably heard me. But do you have anything else to say? I mean,
I think there's still a lot to talk about, but that will be for next time.
yep, as I always say, that's a video for another time. Until next time, YouTube.